Hello, I am Marisha. Thank you for joining the Card Crafters Collaborative here on YouTube. Today I'm excited to share with you this very quick and easy off the edge paneled holiday card. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to use Honeybee Stamps Winter Bouquets Honey Cuts die set to die cut the poinsettias, pine cones, and leaves that I'm going to use to create this card. For my panel, I'm going to use Honeybee Stamps 3D embossing folder. This is the kaleidoscope, and I'm also going to die cut a gold mat. I'm then going to use my liquid adhesive to adhere the embossed panel to the mat. And then from there, I'm going to head on over to my trimmer. I'm now going to position my panel on my trimmer at an angle from the corner. I did not measure it, I just basically eyeballed it. Once everything is lined up, I'm then going to cut the panel. I'm not going to discard this second piece, I'm going to hold it for a future card project. Next, I'm going to add a touch of shading to my poinsettias. So I'm going to use Distress Oxide's Aged Mahogany, and using my blending brush, I'm going to apply the oxide around the edge of the poinsettia leaves. You can also use inks or alcohol markers to add shading to your die cutouts as well. I'm also going to bring in Distress Oxide's Ground Espresso just to add a little bit more depth in the color. So I'm again using my blending brush. I'm going to just gently brush the edges with this color. For the leaves, I'm going to use Distress Oxide's Rustic Wilderness, and basically just in the previous step, I'm going to use my blending brush to apply the oxide to the leaves. To create the 3D look for my poinsettias, I'm going to bring in a foam dot and position it in the center of the poinsettia, and then from there I'm going to adhere the second layer. This step is optional. You do have the option just to adhere the layers together without creating that step of dimension. Next, I'm going to adhere the center to the flowers. Now I'm going to position the flowers and the other elements on my panel. Once I'm happy with the placement, I'm then going to use liquid adhesive to adhere them to the panel. I decided to not do this for this particular project, but you do have the option to add snow to the flowers and leaves on this project. So let's say if you have some snow text, maybe some rock candy, some glitter, anything that will resemble snow, you always have the option to use to add to your projects. My card front is almost complete. I'm going to bring in an A2 top folding card base, and I could go ahead and adhere the panel to my card base, but I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to bring in Distress Oxide's Tumbled Glass, and I'm going to apply the oxide to the lower right corner of the card base. I didn't want to apply a heavy application of the oxide to my card base, so I'm going to bring in the panel just to get an eye and look and see how much more oxide I need to apply to the card base. Once I'm done, I'm going to adhere foam tape to the back of the panel. And then once I remove the release paper, I'm going to apply the panel to my card base. I used Honeybee Stamps Piece Buzzword die set to die cut the sentiment out of black mirrored cardstock from cardstockwarehouse.com. Using my liquid adhesive, I'm going to adhere the sentiment to my card front. To add a final touch to my card, I'm going to bring in some black ink and I'm going to smush the pad on my work surface. And then from there, I'm going to spritz it with some water, and using my paintbrush, I'm going to give the brush a few taps just to apply the splatter to my card. Now, the black does show up pretty well right here, but once it dries, it will be a little lighter. And as you see, my friends, this card is complete. Thank you for joining me on today for the Card Crafters Collaborative here on YouTube. For more crafty inspiration, please feel free to check out the other participants in the hop. Their links are located below in the description box. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button and the notification bell so you never miss out on new tutorials. I am sending you love and a whole lot of hugs. Until the next crafty project, please take care.